Hello dear students, today we are going to start the next chapter of physics, that is motion, for class 7. Now you might have heard the term motion quite a lot. So what exactly is it? I'll be explaining you. Motion is defined, or it can be said, motion is a state of a body. Any object or an object is said to be in motion if its position changes with respect to its surrounding with time. Now what do I mean by this? Suppose you are walking in your school corridor, means you are in motion. But if you remember, while traveling in your car or a train, you might be feeling like mostly in the train, if you sit inside the train and see the visuals outside, you might have experienced as if the trees and all are moving back and you are moving forward. But are they actually moving? No, but it appears moving to you. So motion is very relative to rest. I have also written a point, rest and motion are relative terms. Why are we telling that they are relative terms? As I told you, one thing may be in motion with respect to other, or it may be at rest. For example, you and your father are going in the car. So the car is moving. So anyone who stands outside and sees you will say that you are in motion. But if you see your father who is driving the car, with respect to you, he is at rest, because you both are moving together. So it feels that we are at rest. Even the earth is rotating and revolving, but we don't feel the motion, isn't it? So motion and rest are very relative terms. You can see around, you might see the leaves of the trees swaying in the wind. That is also motion or movement. You can see your fan which is rotating. So there are different kinds of motion. So if you see my picture, you can understand that here types of motions again are of various kinds. The first major kind is translatory motion, which can be again classified into rectilinear and curvilinear motion. Then we have circulatory, rotatory, oscillatory, vibratory, periodic and non-periodic motion, and multiple motion. Also we have rolling motion and random motion. These are some motions which we need to cover in today's lesson. So let us begin with the first kind. Now when we talk about translatory motion, what is translatory motion? If a body is moving in such a way that every part of it moves through the same distance in same interval of time, then we say that it is translatory motion or linear motion. Means every part of the body is moving the same distance in equal interval or the same interval of time. Then we say that it is a translatory motion. Now again it is categorized into two kinds, that is rectilinear motion. So when we are moving in a straight line, like suppose you are just walking in a straight path or you are cycling in a straight road, then it is a rectilinear motion. For example, a car moving on a straight line or an apple falling from a tree, it generally comes straight. So that is rectilinear motion. And what is curvilinear? So curve, so obviously a curve is there. If a body moves along a curved or circular path, its motion is called the curvilinear motion. And the motion of a train along a curved path, or maybe you are moving in your scooter or cycle in a curved path, that is example of curvilinear motion. Also if you throw a stone at an angle, or suppose a ball at an angle, you see it goes in a curved path. So that is a curvilinear motion. Our next kind of motion is circulatory motion. If a body moves around a fixed point in a circular path, then its motion is called circular motion or circulatory motion. Means it is going round around a point. So it's rotating in circles, so it is circulatory motion. For example, the motion of the moon around the earth. So earth is fixed and the moon is going around it. It is circulatory motion. A stone which is tied to a rope and is being swung in circles. Most of you might be taking your keys and rotating it round in your hands. So that is also circulatory motion. Or you might have seen a merry-go-round. That is also example of circulatory motion. Our next motion is rotatory motion. If a body is moving or spinning around a fixed axis without changing the radius of its motion, then we call it rotatory motion. For example, if you see a spinning top, it goes round around its fixed position. Blades of the ceiling fan, it is attached. The ceiling fan is attached to the point. So that is rotating. So that is example of rotatory motion. Also, there are many other examples. You can say that more or less circulatory and rotatory motion are same, but here there is a fixed axis, but it is not fixed in case of the circular motion. Then we go to oscillatory motion. You might all have seen a pendulum in your class 6. It's with a rigid support on a string. There is a ball or a bob fixed, and when we move it, it keeps moving in a particular order, to and fro. So this movement or any body which is moving to and fro is said to possess the oscillatory motion, like the movement of pendulum, movement of a motion of a swing. Like if you sit in the swing and start moving up and down, you are actually undergoing the oscillatory motion. And you can see in the diagram, I have shown a simple pendulum arrangement where generally it lies in the center, that is the mean position, and then you can see when I pick it up and leave it, it is covering the extreme position. Next we come to vibratory motion. This is also a kind of oscillatory motion, we can say. And when does a body have vibratory motion? When it is moving to and from about its mean position, it is also called vibratory motion, and it is more faster than the normal oscillatory motion. Like movement of strings in the stringed instruments, like you have the guitar, piano, where you have the strings and you move the strings, they're actually not going oscillation but vibratory motion. The movement of the drums and tabla, when you are playing it, it is producing vibration, and so it produces the sound. Our next kind is the periodic motion. By the name itself you will understand that periodic means based on time. It is having a time interval in which it is happening. So when a body repeats its motion after a fixed time interval, then such body is said to possess the periodic motion. Like you can say rotation, revolution, and the movement of the hands of the clock. All these are examples of the periodic motion. And just the opposite of that is non-periodic motion. It is the motion of a body which does not repeat its motion after a regular interval of time. Like for example, if you're moving in your car in a busy road, so sometimes you go fast when the road is clear and you become slow when the road is having a lot of traffic. So your motion is called the non-periodic motion. Then swaying of the branches of a tree. So it may sway faster one time, then slower, or may not sway at all. So that is the example of non-periodic motion. Our next kind of motion is the rolling motion. Now, when a body is exhibiting rotatory and translatory motion, we can say it is showing a rolling motion. Like if I just throw a ball or move a ball on an inclined plane or a tilted surface, the ball is there, it will move round as it is coming down. Also it will move in a straight line as it is coming down. So such a motion is known as rolling motion. Also the movement of a drill, if you have seen a drill machine, it's rotating and it's also moving straight as it makes a hole. So that is the rolling motion. Then comes the random motion. Now random motion is shown by a object when it does not have a fixed path of motion. Means it's keeping on changing its direction. Then we call it a random motion. Like suppose there is a bee which enters in your house or your school. You see that it's just moving around anywhere. It does not have a fixed direction. So we can say that it is a random motion. You all might have seen flying kites. They don't have a fixed position. They can move anywhere. So that is a random motion. Then comes the multiple motion. Now by the name itself, again you can understand that if it is showing more than one kind of a motion, we can call it a multiple motion. So if a body exhibits more than one type of motion at the same time, then such a motion is called multiple motion. For example, the motion of the earth, how it's showing rotation and it's moving forward, revolution also, and it's moving in a curvilinear path, or a rotatory motion is shown, you can say. And drawing of water from the well, like you are filling the bucket and you are moving it up. So what is happening? You can see when you draw water from a well, you will see that the pulley on which the rope is run, it is exhibiting a circular motion. It's going down. When you are pulling, it's completing a circulatory motion, the pulley. And you can see that the bucket is coming straight up. So that is the linear motion. Similarly, you can also understand the vehicle moving in a straight line, or maybe your cycle. If you are riding your cycle, you know that suppose you are going in a straight line, you are exhibiting translatory motion, but the wheels of your cycle are going through the rotatory motion. So by these examples, I am very hopeful that you will understand what are the types of motion and why we say that rest and motion are relative terms. Thank you for watching.